Somerville here, and today we're going to be doing another ROM review. This is an unofficial build of CyanogenMod 12 for the Moto G 2013 4G, and this is Android 5.0.1. So let's get started. Hi, just to inform you, that intro you just saw was taken on the 19th of December. This recording was on January 4th of 2015, and I would just like to say Happy New Year. Now, the reason that I'm showing you guys an old intro is because I was going to do this ROM actually a couple of weeks ago, but I felt there weren't enough features in the ROM to display except for show how it performs and just showing Lollipop on the 4G Moto G in general, since I haven't seen any official updates from Motorola themselves. But I flashed a new version of this ROM this morning, and I thought they finally added some CyanogenMod-like features, so I thought I'd go over them. Now, the first thing you see here when you go into the About Phone section in the settings, that this is an unofficial build of CyanogenMod 12. This build date is 2015-01-01, January 1st, 2015. This ROM was compiled by Somcom3X, so I'd like to thank him for building this ROM, as he's the only person who has been able to deliver a stable build of Lollipop, or a build of Lollipop in general for the Moto G 4G. So I thank him for that. This is Android version 5.0.2, so this is the version that first released for the 2012 Nexus 7, but people grabbed the source and started building it for other devices. So first thing you see when you go into settings here is our Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and all the standard stuff. We have some performance settings, so that's a very CyanogenMod-like setting that they've implemented. You can change the current CPU frequency, and most people would know how that goes. Let's see here. We also have our super user settings, so our root stuff. We also have some system profile settings. This is a CyanogenMod setting. We have our home, night, silent work, or automobile. Pretty sure automobile is a new Lollipop update that they've implemented. And this is all standard stuff in the more settings. Status bar, we have our brightness control, so if we slide across the status bar, the screen gets darker and brighter. We have our quick pull down, so pulling down on the right side automatically gives us our quick settings. We have our show notification count. We can show the weather, our battery status style. I am currently running the circle icon. We can have the icon in the bar icon in landscape, the icon in portrait, and we can have it hidden as well as having it in plain text. We also have we can show the battery percentage inside of the icon, we can hide it, or we can have it next to the icon. I'd rather have mine inside of the icon, which is something I prefer personally. So that's pretty much all the settings that I've come across so far in this new update to this ROM. So now let's talk about performance. Now, as far as performance goes, I think it's extremely solid on this build. I remember when I first installed the very first version of this build, or I think it was the second version that came out shortly after the first, I experienced a couple of bugs, some Bluetooth bugs in the YouTube app. As soon as I would put it in landscape mode, it would automatically go into a reboot. But so far, I think this ROM brings out the best in the Moto G, brings out the most power out of it, and I really enjoy the experience of Lollipop on a phone device, as I mainly use it on my 2013 Nexus 7, which is a tablet. I really enjoying the performance so far. I just installed this version of the ROM this morning, and I was very surprised at how long the first boot took. It took about 6 or 7 minutes. I think that's because the device's power itself, but I'm not sure. I flashed a new version of Rastapop on my Nexus 7. That also took about 6 or 7 minutes, which I also flashed this morning. But anyway, I think the performance on this new ROM is very stable. I think I should consider it a stable ROM, and now all we're waiting for is to CyanogenMod to start rolling out CyanogenMod 12 for all their devices themselves, this is one of CyanogenMod's supported devices. Now, you can find this ROM on xdadevelopers.com. I'll have a link in the description below. This will be in the Android development section for the Motorola G4G in the 4G thread. This ROM is called the Unofficial CyanogenMod 12 5.0 for the Moto G 4G Peregrine. Like I said before, this ROM was compiled by Somcom3X, so I'd like to thank him for the ROM. I've been enjoying it so far. You'll have the downloads in, I think, the second post, as well as twerp recovery. So far, he's posted bugs he's experienced with, which is Wi-Fi tether, which he's experimenting, and Bluetooth stack issues while multitasking. Alright guys, that's going to be about it for this video. I really enjoyed this ROM so far. I've been using it since about November, and I haven't switched to any other ROM since from my Moto G. If you're running stock KitKat and you've rooted and unlocked your Moto G, I recommend this is the first ROM you go to because it has some CyanogenMod 12 features which he is adding more constantly, and I really like to thank the developer for putting in the time and effort to provide a pretty stable ROM of the latest version of Android Lollipop. So that's going to be about it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button. I'll leave a link for the ROM in the description below. You can check out my website where I post stuff, written reviews, and YouTube videos and other stuff like that. That's going to be about it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.